Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make the gauntlet, the bicep guards, and the shoulder pads. I'm not wearing that right now, but yeah, this is going to be a really cool video. I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get started. I am drawing out patterns onto some regular cardboard paper and measuring it to fit my arm. You want to go through and cut it all out and then put it on your EVA foam. It should all fit together like a boring block puzzle. Simple enough, right? But not really, because it does have a lot of detail work onto this. And then you're going to cut them all apart into their own individual pieces. Now, since I had the hot knife plugged in, I went ahead and used that to cut my angles. You can actually use a regular box cutter. It'll cut just as straight and smooth as long as your blades are sharpened. Take your coarse grit sandpaper and sand down anything that is rough and fasten it all down with some contact cement. And you should end up with this thing that looks kind of like a C or maybe a J. I cut some 6mm silly foam sheet to make the three-dimensional accents to it. Just adding stuff on there just to give that to match the reference picture that I have. Now, I ain't trying to be all perfect or anything like that. I'm just trying to get it close as possible because it is cosplay, bro. So I took some craft foam sheets, cut them 1 inch wide, X amount long, I'm not sure, but made sure it was long enough to go around the gauntlets like this. And now I'm taking another piece of foam and gluing it onto that first piece of foam. This will add some thickness and make it more rigid. And then you want to take your Dremel, sand it down to smooth, and eventually it'll look like one single piece. I'm applying more accents, some decoration, I guess, to the back, and he's got these weird looking things, but I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I'm just gonna put it on there and get it looking as cool as possible. And so far it should look like this. I'm going to use some elastics to hold it together. Before I glue it down, I'm going to go and roughen up the surface before I lay down some hot glue. This will adhere a lot better. And now that I have both sides glued down, you want to double check and make sure it all fits in there nice and snuggly. Is that a word? Right here I'm measuring my arms. I'm going to cut this piece of vinyl, and this is going to be the inside of my gauntlet. You want to measure 1 inch extra for more room, but not too much. I'm gluing the edges down, but if you have a sewing machine, then you can actually sew it. But a lot of the smaller sewing machines struggle sewing vinyl pieces like this, or anything this thick. But if you use good contact cement, it'll hold just as fine. But you will need to sew them together. It'll form this little gauntlet glove extension thingy. And then you just slip your gauntlets over it, and now you have yourself some cool looking arm piece. Now moving on to the shoulder pads. So I draw out the patterns on the piece of cardboard. I only need half of it because I'm going to fold it over and cut it so I make sure that I have an evenly asymmetrical piece there. Now that I like what I see, I'm going to cut off the tabs because I won't need those. This is the part that I need. And I'm going to trace this on some EVA foam and cut that out. Now when I go and cut them out, the part where I'm going to be gluing the tabs back on, I cut it in like a slight angle, just like that, so that whenever I glue these pieces on there, actually I cut these straight, so when I glue them on, they're going to be all nice and tilted like the reference picture, like that. And when you're all done, it should look like a fat, round gingerbread man, or a turtle shell with no turtle in it. Now it looks like a turtle. Now I'm drawing out another Ace Chemical logo. We are going to trace this out on some 6mm craft foam sheet and cut it out and glue it on with some weldwood contact cement.
I swear to God, what gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me? I'm not wearing hockey pads.
So for the bicep pieces, I just took a piece of paper, drew a couple of triangles, folded them, and came up with this thing. And it looked like it worked, so I made 2 of them and tested it out on some cardboard paper, see if I liked it. So, and if you do your math right, you're gonna end up with a bunch of this and that. Glue them all together, and then you'll end up with just 2 of it. Take your Dremel, clean out the edges, and you're just about ready to paint. And that will be in the next video. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something. If you know anybody who is working on their Arkham Knight suit costume, yeah, if you know anybody who's working on their Arkham Knight suit and they need help, yeah, send them my way. Yeah, and today's shout out goes to Raymond Ramos. He's in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and he has a lot of cool stuff. He's been following my work, and he's also built his own Batman suit. So if you want to check that out, links to his fan page are in the description down below. If you guys are following my builds and you guys are working on, and if you're working on your own Batman costume or Arkham Knight or Red Hood or whatever, yeah, hashtag me on Instagram, Seeing Prod, and I want to check it out. But anyway, make sure you hit the like button, share, comment in the section below. Good, negative, I don't care. I'll just ignore the negative one, trolls. But anyway, like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, I think that's it. Alright, thanks for watching.